Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the South Indian Epic Cycle mini-series. And this is what this episode is going to be largely about. This is going to be involving the war between Chola and Vengi Chalukya. And this conflict is about the Tamilakam claim on the Nāyulu of Vengipura. What we have allied with us is Lambakana, which is down in Sri Lanka. They're up against Vengi Chalukya, and their two allies further up north in the Gangetic Plain. This is a massive conflict in the south, which surprisingly, the other big entity, the Karnataka, ruled by the Rashtrakuta dynasty, stays out of the conflict as they have no territorial claims on any of those relevant areas. So they'll be witnesses to some really terrible bloodshed that is to come. But the real story of why all this happened dates back to, those first few episodes that you people have already saw. And now this is all like this. It's all come to this. We're besieging Vengipura now, but however, even though it's 6 months away, but I actually want to break off that siege, and I've already sent my spy master to find secrets from the court over there, because hopefully we can get some people to blackmail them and see too, if it's even possible, try to invite a few of their fighters to come to my court. See too if they wish to defect. Or even betray one another. Who knows? It's occurred before, and maybe it'll happen again. But I fear that since it's a defensive war from their perspective, they're going to stick together no matter what. And plus, we will break away from that siege because we realized they're likely heading to go to Nāyulu, in which we got to deal with the enemy army there, and I'm sure it's likely that the army of Vengi Chalukya is sure to follow. So we need to withdraw from this area and head to Nāyulu. In fact, head to Anantapur, since it's likely they're going to go for Togarakunda, which is the area that they're aiming for. So, where's Vikramâtittâ? There you are. At least you're available, as you are the only proper organizer. And I know your wife, she's still there in Vengipura. Let me see. Yeah, she's still there. My sister-in-law, my brother's wife. She's still there. So I'm sure that he would be saying this as I order him to head to Anantapur. So as we would break away from this siege, he would be likely saying to his wife, if he ever hears him from those walls of Vengipura up there, that he said that he would be back for her. And he promises that no matter what, whether if you love me or hate me, that one day we will return one way or another. Even though, knowingly, it's likely going to end with the capture of Vengipura, and we will be imprisoning everybody that we see in sight. And that includes Narani. So even if we have to drag her kicking and screaming, she's going back to my brother. And I am still wounded from, hitting myself with this, because I just wanted to lower my stress, because I've been going through a lot lately, especially with this vendetta against the Pallava rival of mine. In fact, yes, it was Rudrama the Impaler. Assassinated him. We had to get rid of him because he is responsible for the murder of my young sister. Justice has been served. But now we must conduct one last bit of justice here. And that is the rescue of Narani, if you call it that, and the capture of Vengipura and Mundigunda. Mundigunda especially. It's the home of the Kollur mining. It's the Kollur mines, which is a diamond mine. It is of great value there. And now, meanwhile, further up north, there's my other, brother who's a content villain. Maybe callous, but content. Currently betrothed, and this is the reason for this alliance. It's all because of you, my little brother. You were disinherited by father long ago. God rest his soul. But they give you position of executioner because your crimes are forgiven. So I'm sure that I hope you survive this war, because you're not a good fighter, but you were brought in because there was no one else better out there. Because we are the best that we have. The deadly dozen of them. They're the best that the realm has to offer. Especially the mightiest of the warriors. Vijayalaya. What some would say, if we're going to do more of these Trojan War parallels, we'll say this, alright, before we continue this episode. Of who is comparable to who. I'd like to think that Periyapillai, this is me, is pretty much the Agamemnon of the story. Vikramâtittâ is obviously Menelaus, who's married to Narani, who is the Indian Helen of Troy. Jayalaya, because of the Herculean, he's irritable, wrathful. His traits are quite similar to the personality of Achilles, so he could be our own Achilles. Not sure about this man, but since he's our go-to military engineer, I would say he's kind of like Odysseus, a little. He is shrewd-minded. He's a military engineer. Or who knows, maybe we could get a Trojan elephant. And all these other noted individuals, that's just whatever to me. Especially this man, the only white hun around, who came here as an adventurer. Still is. And he's also to be noted because he's a part of the Chola dynasty. And he shares the same name as the one from Tonai Nadu. The only difference between the two is one's the chancellor, he, and the other of mine, the steward. Just happen to have the same name. Like the two Ajaxes. Ajax the great and the other the lesser, And the one who rules Vengi Chalukya up there, because of his much older age and had lots of children, some of which are already dead. Maybe he's like Priam or something. Then doubtful that the Pratap Mahadevi then is, And those two sons I also kept in tabs because I noticed that they have great fighting skill. Mangi Yuvavraja. And the Telugu names are a bit complex to pronounce for Westerners like us, for the viewers. I think he's their best fighter, so maybe he's their Hector, so to speak. And Kadeyaraja, since he's the one that committed adultery and had relations with Narani, maybe he's Paris. Even though he's already made it somebody else, but that's just for alliances and all that. But the rest of all the other characters, that's just I put him there to keep tabs, such as this woman here, because she wants to go to Deccan Africa, but India, excuse me, because Africa came in mind because this man went to Africa. But however, she is wrathful, sadistic, and a novice hunter. Not a true Jain, but her health is fine. She would want to go to the Deccan. How much is it again, as a reminder? 63. I'm saving those money for the elephants. not as our own personal men-at-arms because they are much too expensive to maintain in full. And one size is 25. And you compare that with mercenaries. This is what we're planning to say right now. For the Tamil band of Tiruvannamai. They have 31 elephants in addition to the levies, as well as 2 of the Nāyulu. Despite the fact it's a Tamil band, but it's run by Telugu. So, yeah. So these elephants will be our secret weapon if things get ugly around here. And it's going to be soon when we head to Renaudu. Oh, and by the way, brother, as I told Vikram to go there, the reason he's up north because we originally sent him on a reconnaissance mission. Originally go up to those mountains there and sit there for a while until you see the contact from, from the other ones. What kingdom do they belong to? What title is that? Koshala. Yeah, they come from Koshala, so these are Koshalan forces. And they are allied with Vengi Chalukya. And they are the cadet branch of the Ayudha dynasty, which is from there too, which they ruled Dili. So you're responsible for this because we made you go upriver and you go to the jungle till we found out, oh, the Koshalan forces are actually down there. They bypassed us. So change routes. Sail down to the Godavari on your own, and then you'll be out to the sea of Purvapayodi. And then meet with us in Anantapur. It'll take you a while, it'll take you 3 months. Or take it 2 months. And they're gonna head to this area. That's what I'm predicting their movements. And you are the organizers here, so you better get them moving fast. So, good luck, Vikram. We're counting on you. For a moment, I saw you just got wounded. I mean, you weren't in combat. I think I know what that is, because there's only one way of how he got wounded. It's either due to 2 things. 1, some little random event that he picked up and he got hurt for it. Or 2, because, due to the chivalry focus of his, I think he challenged Kadeyaraja to a duel. Too bad we can't give out the descriptions of, okay, what happened in the duel and all that. So I guess we have to assume that Kadeyaraja actually bested him. What's his prowess? 17. Come on, brother. If you actually lost in a duel, I'm shaking my head at you. Hold on 1 second. When did this war begin? 9 months ago. So yes, it started 9 months ago. Is when the war occurred. And I'll just keep going. I mean, just let time take along, but slowly while I try to explain things here. So apparently, right before the wars began, on the 3rd of July, he actually chased down and single-handedly slew of the Chera rulers' livestock thieves. Well done, Vikram. I didn't know you had done such courageous action. But we're on our way now. Just as suspected, they did follow. And they're going to be together. 8,000 plus strong. And we're going to be coming in 6,000 strong. And there's the little brother. He and his single ship. Where the hell are you going? Okay, changed his mind. I think they're following brother here. Right. By the way, what's your name? How do you pronounce that name? Varutaya. Yeah, Varutaya. I sometimes call you little brother because you're the youngest of all of us. And you're the one who's been disinherited because of the giant father said so. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Actually, the battle is to be fought here on Anantapura. But, you know I'm the only one who is the best commander out of all of us. Because you know us very well. Battle will begin in 8 days, so we will actually arrive here first. And then they come in later, but reinforcements are quite far away from here. And that damn little brother's gonna be coming here and he'll be there in 36 days. Huh. And the battle's gonna begin early, so he's gonna be here arrive in the battle. During the battle is when he'll be here. And we're quite outnumbered, but we have plenty of men-at-arms regiments, including for the first time our light cavalry and the horse archers, which the cavalry force we got them from the steppe community of the Silk Road. For role-playing reasons, if you're wondering, where did you get those people to step over here? Perhaps this man has some connections, because don't you know there were the horse lords? They were formed from Havamna, which are Khotani Saka, and various Indo-Aryan cultures less than 200 years ago. So you could say that Yudhishthira, the adventurer, has some connections, and they brought him here. So we have to assume that those steppe people who are here are actually from, what is that place called? Mahadavasaka. It's where the remnants of the White Huns live. Now, battle is to come. A few days' time. And things are gonna get violent. Okay, when will they arrive? 2 days. Okay, we could switch commanders by tomorrow. Alright. Thank you, Vikram. Stick with us because you're one of the Delai Kakargal. So you gotta stick with us, alright? Including all of you. Including we got some old veterans here who's seen it all and done it all. And we do have a court physician in the field with us, so unofficially he's our combat medic. If he gets killed in action, we gotta show no mercy to them. Nobody should harm a court physician in the field. He'll try to defend himself with whatever weapon he has his hands on. And don't forget, Vijayalaya is with you. He'll best many of them. They'll be bringing 7 of their, what do you call that in their language? Well, that's obviously, you know, still using Tamil terms. And so they'll be bringing 7 of their veterans and 9 of theirs as well. They got lots of cavalry from that army, from the north. The Kossala army and the Chalukya army. But bear in mind, I'm coming in as a wounded man. So if I get killed, Vikram will have to take over. And he will try to win the war for us. And he will have the honor to get his wife back. But before the battle begins, I got one thing left to say. But there's no defensive buildings advantage in this city. What are you talking about? I cannot believe a lot of men are going to die. Not because of territory for the diamonds, but also for her. A lot of men are going to be dying for her. Not for, you know, the hand and whatever. I mean, she's already an adulterer. She has been. But earlier this year, she was glad to see her rival bled to death. Must be due to adultery and due to the personal relations she has with you know, Kadeyaraja, which he had a previous spouse named that, so I guess it hated him, and then she bled to death at age 48 earlier this year. So she was more than happy. Norani was more than happy to see her go. But who's keeping count? Alright, let's go for it. We gotta hold them off for 42 days. Actually, phase of battle doesn't begin until now. So, again, hold them off for 39 days, exactly. Got 39 days. We know they have more knights than we do, but you are the best among the best. Killed one of their Chalukya. Maim. That's our court position. You attacked our medic! Bastards. Oh, one of our old men. Oh. My goodness. They killed him. As the battle of Vengipura rages on, I find myself drawn to the fight more than usual. Picking my fights, I managed to slay few of the enemy footmen. With the protection of my guardsmen and Kadeyaraja. For a moment I feel indestructible, cutting through waves of foes with my soldiers like a squad of elite warriors. Then it happens. My lord shouts a familiar voice as they dive in front of me. I take a fatal blow against my chest. The blow came from none other than Amma, the registered blade from the lifeless body of Nijayaraja. Yeah, Caduce. I paced towards a deathly attempt. They killed my court physician. He was maimed. They took his hand, and then they killed him. You did this. He's another of the Chalukyas. He's one of the brothers. You pay for that, Amma! As Amma charges towards me, I take a step back, blade at the ready, swinging his blade violently at my chest. I manage to deflect the blow into my weak arm, allowing me to continue fighting. Amma swings again, but I perfectly parry the swing and counter with a jab into the stomach. He cries in pain as I gash another wound onto his arm, but failed to block his returning arm with my sword arm. We lock eyes for a second, knowing that to continue fight would be a mutual surge to death, and we are swamped by each other, so our forces charging past this clash of one another, so we disappear back towards the rear of our armies for treatment. Next time, I'm so lucky, won't be so lucky. So, keep in mind, I came in as a wounded man, because I know no fear. But I wounded him. Battle continues. Pain shoots up my body with every step. Even the smallest of movements leave me gasping. As I bring my hand up to gingerly touch my wound, it comes away bloody. And I tremble as blood drips down my side. I'm severely injured. He didn't just wound me. I'm severely injured now. Send for a physician, now. Because the ones I probably have aren't this good. But am I really? No, doesn't say. Wounded him, but he's back and fighting. Maimed by Kadeyaraja and his brother Vikramâtitâ. They're wounding our men. +1 we lost. And here comes my brother to take his spot. Oh, what we lost. Finally, my servants have found some people who might be fit to serve as a core physician. Either way, I cannot afford to be picky now. How much? You're said to be a wise woman. I'm cogitating on this, but Kakavati claims to be trained in alternative medicine. It was to save the money for the elephants, but the elephants can wait. He's spending quite a bit of money for this. Reinforcements will soon arrive. Just hang on. But I think we got it. As the battle progresses, it takes time to sit back from the combat and observe my forces and the tactical decisions I may need to make sure. Victory. During my time observing the Army's strategic potential, I noticed a handful of fighters from my own levies making significant progress on the flank on the enemy's charge. One individual particularly catches my eye as I watch them single-handedly take down 4 opponents on their own. Looking left to right, I observe the rest of my army and pondered the thought I may need new, fresh blood from my ranks at some point. As I glanced at the young soldier fighting bully, I wonder if maybe I should consider his skills as a fighter. Who is that? Bring them to me. I mean, I'm a humble man. Gonaga. A Tamil. Good fighter. He'll definitely take our fallen fighter's place. We'll meet with you soon. After the battle, of course. Reinforcements have arrived. We have... Oh yes, I know this man. I mean, yes, I was in prison. I mean, I could have sworn I thought you were in prison before, unless I'm thinking of a different man named that. But he is one of their fighters. Oh, yeah, I know you. Yeah. When we were raiding, you were from one of those areas, I believe, if I remember correctly. We're undersupplied. I don't think it would be wise to continue upwards, so we have to go to Kanchi. Move to Kanchi. Vikram, you're up. Oh. Again, let me see this big battle. We lost 1,200 men while they lost over 3,000 of theirs. We killed a lot of their levies. And they only lost 2. 1 captured and 1 killed by me. It was a very bloody affair. And of course, Vijayalaya, our greatest fighter, 39 prowess. Did you pick up? Now he's a legendary blade master. Anybody who dares to stop him, good luck with that. He's the greatest fighter of India. And my second greatest is, of course, Vikram. Their greatest fighter, however, he was wounded in battle, but still strong. Fortunately, nobody was able to wound Kadeyaraja, and nobody was able to capture him. So that lecture still lives. But at least that means it's another chance for Brother to get his hands on him whenever he wishes to. But that again is a minor. But Jayalaya was able to wound 2 men, but he wasn't able to kill any of them. At least both of them are from their... In fact, one of them is the heir to Koshala, and the other is one of the members of Vengi Chalukya. I mean, after all, he thirsts for royal blood, is Vijaya. Yeah. Vijaya, one of the old hands, even though he's gout-ridden, but he's a stubborn man who's been treated well by our physician. He was maimed, so he's one-handed now, so he can't be good for combat anymore. No, you were amongst the bravest, but ever since you lost your hand, well, you're no good to us now, but remember, you are a Tamil. You don't just retire from the front lines after you were wounded and such. You will continue fighting, no matter what. You will die with honor, and maybe one day, if you die so courageously, maybe there will be a hero stone carved for you. Now, again. Oh man. Another one of the old heads. I think he's been on for a long time because I know because of the great mustache, man. He's been with us for a very long time. Because it said he was maimed by, lost an eye. This man was a court physician. He was a medic, you monsters! Oh, really? Rajkumar Jyotisena from Lamakana? He only killed one, and it's this man, and this was during the retreat phase. Plus one, was wounded by Vijaya. And were able to capture this man in battle. But do not forget, I didn't kill anyone, but I do remember wounding one of the... Yeah, I wounded Ama. Hey, it was a long, bloody battle, alright? Sometimes your memory's a bit hazy for all this bloodletting, alright? So they'll retreat back to their homeland. We'll be resupplying in Kanchipuram. And then once we're fully supplied, then we'll be ready to go on to the offensive to Vengipura. Perhaps fight the enemy army again. Nephew was taken prisoner. Raiders from Jaffna. 28. Dang. Wish we allied with you. You would be quite useful to us. But numbers matter. I'm sure Vikram isn't happy about this. Because that's his heir, who has a disputed heritage from Narani through Kadeyaraja. So stay here for a while. Wait for it to resupply all the way. Try to besiege against the Pallavis. Sounds like a good idea in theory. But remember, we gotta start saving up the money again. Remember the secret weapon. Get the mercenaries with elephants. Ah, yes. We got a new guy over here. Come on. Fellow servant of the Supreme One, as our order of Yabhadra grows, we need more land to organize our defense of the Shavite faith. The Patanama Potapi is perfectly suited for our purpose, and we wish to lead in service to our cause. Ah, that's right up there. I will gain a lot of money for this. Money that we would need for elephants, but also this to send that inspired person off to adventure. Yeah, you got it. Your request is granted. For Shiva! You're gonna get your wish. Off you pop. Oh, no. There he is. The new guy. Oh, I mean, he's been, you know, you could say he's one of the levies or men-at-arms. Who knows what his background, where he came from. But he's one of the valuable fighters now. So he's a reinforcement. And of course, my little brother's still with us. Crazy man. But I think we're resupplied well enough. So, Vikram, you know where to go. At Mundigunda. And when we get across territories that's hostile, we know who to bring to reduce the penalty. Where do you think you're going? Stick with us. There's a thing inside me which is not me. It eats away through my flesh, feeding off my life force. Its strength increases while I wither away. I push my hands against the growth under my skin, my fingers aching to tear it out. The thought of it growing makes me want to puke. Yes, unfortunately, it is cancer. I know one efficient treatment. You know, I'm a wounded man, right? Severe penalty plus critical penalty. I'm near death. There's nothing much I could do. But you are said to be a wise woman. Oh, I never thought that cancer would be the one to hit me. Perhaps it's the Palava curse. Who's the patron deity that they chose? Oh, this is the same one we share. What if I'm cursed? Just think of it role-playing way. I am 43 years old and I have cancer. But you got a very good knowledge. You got a very good head on your shoulders, so I'm willing to try new things. Try this mystical treatment. Who knows? It's a possibility she might get rid of the cancer entirely. Mystical treatments are unpredictable. The result of strange rituals may be miraculous, but it could also drive me mad. Do it! Drink this, Kagadvati whispered. Barely had the liquid past my lips before the strange sensation started. My limbs become numb, but within, a fire awoke. Now eat this! Chunks were warm, wet, and chewy. The fire like that, it wanted more. When she passed me the rest of the pale arm, I gorged myself till I retched. My mind must have been altered, twisted by some dark trick. I would have never agreed to this willingly. Memories haunt me. This is an unsuccessful treatment, isn't it? You made me very stressed. That is it! This traitor deserves to die! You made me dull! Get rid of her! Now death is certain. Vikram will have to take over. He has to finish the war for me. Go after the enemy army. You're the second best. My goodness. I'm gonna die. Vikram takes the throne, which is highly likely, before I may have a son. Oh, this is just unfortunate timing. The timing just couldn't have been worse. again. This is not the way I would want. If you happen to get to the battlefield, I want to take part of it. I want to die with dignity. Not by some stupid... And remember, Vikram, get the elephants. As their Iraya, my vassals owe me their allegiance. My word is law, but how much obedience without devotion is worth? Improve relations with this man? Well, I never held a grudge against you, so I have more men to press on. Perhaps we'll beat each other a bit lightly, especially when both of us leave this earth. Maybe we'll learn to forgive each other. But perhaps not. I mean, is he virtuous or sinful? Oh, he's virtuous, so it's likely he gets to go to heaven, and Periyapillai probably not. He's an ambitious man, and look where this ambition got him. He's been cursed. While performing his duties as Mamma, Varuta has uncovered a secret held by Kadeyaraja of Vengipura. Well, that's not a secret, it's an open secret. We already know that. Everybody knows that. This is why we're fighting a war for it, and a lot of men are dying for it. The time has come for me to depart on my venture, my Iraya. My beneficiary, Ravankanamadi, bows as well as she can while weighed down by heavy bags. Before I leave, please tell me, is there anything specific you wanted me to keep an eye peeled during my journey? Well, knowing that Vikram will be the one to help you out with whatever you may request. If there's something that's going to be like, say, what would, like if when I die and Vikram takes the throne, oh, you're confide. Have you always had that? Or am I crazy? I don't know. But anyways. You know what? A tapestry or an artwork that makes me wish that I was there. When I die, and Vikram will look at this, whatever you may find out there, and he'll be thinking of me. I hope he thinks well of me. Keep going. You're not gonna get away. But it's likely they will. So they're going to be there in 4 days. They'll be there in 22. Well, they're not that large of an army as they're used to, so they have some more maneuverability. Discovered that Uda's causes inherited contract. The blood is more than collected. Yeah, why not? I'm gonna write this wrong. At least I'm still doing administrative work. If I somehow remain alive all the way till November, when I go out, I should meditate. Think about my life, and then maybe I'll die while meditating. But that's only if my wound can recover. If I don't recover my wound, then the cancer will kill me. That's what's gonna happen. Right. That reminds me. Kadeyaraja. I'm aware that you have a lover, a court which everybody knows. That's an open secret. Oh, the description's different. He seduced Narani in a chapel in Vengipura after prayer. That man. That man. practiced field surgery, so he was the one that treated the wounded men. Besides the physician that what's your name again? Your father, Vijayaditya. Yeah. Besides that court physician that he appointed, I guess he did it on the spot. And I've come to the realization that I have negative piety, and knowing I'd be dying with negative piety. So, yeah, that man's not going to heaven. No way, no how. But try to catch up. There's the other army. And if you want to stop the Pallava by besieging them, go for it. We'll try to get them over there. Because we got them separated. Just go faster. Oh, we will definitely catch them up here. Even though they're going to have the high ground this time, but their numbers are much less. And they'll be easily defeated. But once it's tomorrow, once it's one day left of the battle, I want to take part in it. I will not let cancer kill me. I want to die with dignity. Take me to the front line, brother. This will be my last battle. But keep in mind, we're fighting in Rashtrakuta territory, so this is neutral ground. Kampili. Viserys Albaidi, Nolamba. I hope he doesn't mind of what he's about to see out there. Just avert your eyes, Brahman, because things are gonna get nasty again. And we gotta pay attention to every little bit of intimate description of the battle. And there'll be no reinforcements this time, because we've been separated. But if we are defeated in battle, or took too many casualties, get the elephants. They are coming. They'll be here in 13 days. They may have the high ground, so this is their commander. He's one of the sons of Vijayaditya. Slain in battle. That's from the rebellion. This man's got history. Defeated in battle. That was during the raids. Fortunately, our light horsemen will not be that effective here in this kind of terrain. But the pikemen, well, and they got the pikemen too. Remember, these two brothers here, they must be dealt with, especially Kadeyaraja. That man must be stopped. The adventurer sends word. For 10 days and 10 nights my party has been hiding. This bandit lord Mahasiva set a blockade on the road and must travel. What do you advise? Caution? Or should we find them trusting the Tirthanakaras to keep us safe? I don't think you have good combat skill. Actually you do, because you were a novice hunter. If I were you, I know this. But then again, you're already a big time sinner. You're not even a true Jain in any way, shape, or form. No guts, no glory. Make them pay for wasting my time. She bravely slays him, Sila. She boils and cleans the skull and sends it to me to use as a court artifact. Really? You sent me the skull of this bandit lord. Mahasiva's skull. The skull of the bandit lord Mahasiva, who was killed by the adventurer in VIET, and later gifted to Periyapillai. It has a terrifying grin and empty, lifeless eye sockets. Have a look at it. At least I'll die knowing that at least something has been done. Enemy reinforcements will be coming in a few days, no doubt just to fill up what would be left of the retreating army by then. But it matters little. Now they come in with full force, with most of their men here. Remember, if I die in this wait, I'm no longer wounded. Okay, so I still get to live. Stood on a ridge overlooking the battle. Maybe I can't really assure this from it. Me and Vijayalaya observed the enemy's forces movements. Everything's going as planned, in accordance to what I organized started off. Suddenly, Vijayalaya turns to me and points at a weaker enemy rush. An unexpected enemy rush into the weaker section of our main force. We must reposition our men to defend that charge, he says. Or asking to go himself and assisting in command of tactical changes needed. You listen here, Vijayalaya. You're the greatest fighter in all of India. And all of Iraq. I'm in command here. Let me do this. If you get wounded or severely injured, it's not that big of a deal. You'll come back fighting. Follow me, Vijayalaya, I said before signaling my personal guard of the means of battle. Using my experience, I gave Vijayalaya tactical commands to follow, whilst maintaining my own authority over the handling of the situation. By means of my experience and Vijayalaya's help, we managed to contain the enemy advance. We both begin to get stuck in front of our front line. I lose Vijayalaya in the fray. I have to pray that he makes it out alive while swinging my blade through countless foes and shouting commands. It's clear to see that my men are glad to have me at command. Otherwise, me or Vijayalaya might receive more than a cut or bruise. These men are lucky to have me in command. He's been severely injured, but like that's gonna stop him? Vikram wounded one of their men. Good to see you're still in fighting shape, brother. Okay, we have captured Kumarapala and Nadavaman. They're both from the north. This one's a landed character, so that provides money. Nadavarman. Infirm. His own body broke down. I don't know if he became infirm during the battle. I don't think it would say regarding health reasons. But bearing in mind, my health is still poor. I could still go at any time. When the cancer takes me away and all that. 5 months. And we've actually occupied. Did you get any of the... Good. Glad you got the palavas for me. Because you know what those people were like. To Vengipura. That's the objective. We've beaten them enough to the point where I think we can try and besiege it over there. That's good to know. Coming from a Jewish man. Oh, it's man of Jewish faith, but not ethnically. He's Tulu. Kadeyaraja still lives. He was never wounded in the last battle that was fought in Kampali here. And once again, big man. He's no longer severely injured, he's back in action. Raw wounds. Though this character has made a swift recovery from their wounds, the rush treatment has left their injuries sore and limbs weak for the next 2 years. Ah, you'll get over it. You'll get over it. Not many night-related events. Just only one. And it was my brother again. In fact, he wounded him twice. You just don't know when to quit, do you? Surprised you haven't become an aspiring blade master as of yet. Unrelated conflict, no doubt. Really? That's a hostile army. They're in the way. Back battle's about to begin. I'll take over. Of course. This is hardly going to be eventful. Oh, we're about to engage him again. Is there movement locked? Yes. But the difference is we're going to be taking a river crossing. And no enemy reinforcements will be there to save you this time. Huh! Shedding this mortal coil. I had so much to live for. The cancer didn't kill me! I was murdered! Well, you saying that in past tense. 1 second. Murdered! My goodness, that was unexpected. Ivraya Periyapillai of the Chola Samarajiyam has passed on at 43 years of age. He died under mysterious circumstances. One of the best fighters of his age. He was unrivaled in hand-to-hand combat. That man. Fought in 2 different offensive wars. One in Lanka, and the other this war, which now he no longer lives to see the day. They thought the cancer was taken, but no, somebody took matters to their own hands. Now, Iraya Vikramâtittâ ascends to the throne, a modest and tempered man. Vikramâtittâ's passive nature may also be his undoing. The old man is still here. This was unexpected. Our best fighters are still with us, but not as much. Hold on, let me rectify all this. As good as he is overseer, but I need the household guard again. I need to function like my brother. Think like my brother. Stalwart leader. Chivalric dominance. Never back down. Household guard. And I guess I might as well take the rest. Serve the crown. A man's home. Strict organization. Hard rule. Soldiers less fortune. You know what? Get the elephants. That's what we must do now. Enemy occupations do not lower control. That would be very good to have. A prepared conscription, which reduces the army gold maintenance. And when we are friendly territory, the levy reinforcement will go up fast. So when we withdraw to resupply for the siege of Vengipura, we will be fully reinforced and fully resupplied in no time. And I'll be sure to get back to to have this and that. I'm a brilliant strategist, mind you. Now it's my turn. In fact, based on that commander advantage compared to my fallen brother, he was murdered not in combat, but assassination. I suspect it's the Pallavas. I suspect it's probably you. Attempted to murder family member. So that's what he was doing. By he, I mean Vikram. That's what he's been doing lately. Of course, me and our wife do not really get along in any way, shape, or form, but we'll soon learn to get over it. And I have inherited many riches. Some that I was saved by. Oh, there's the separate army. That's from this army of Madurai. Army of Kyle. This place called that. That's Kavai. Kyle, oh, say, the army was deployed from there. And now, my goodness, the Jewish mayor. Movement locked and is about to fight against the raiders of Jaffna. Wait a minute. Oh, what do we do? Jewish man's about to get into quite a bit of a predicament. But since I have all this money, we do need all the best fighters we can get. Come here. Force them allowed and everybody will be there. All of us. Including these also-rans. And of course inherited the men-at-arms with just more light footmen. Which is good for forest and jungle fighting if we were fighting in these parts. I don't think we should be here, especially we're going to take casualties, so I think we have to link up. Because I feel that now we got ourselves in this mess. And during this time, Vikram had a convenient back scratcher and a Coil's eggshell gym. That's what he had for a while. And what's even more unfortunate about all this is, in a sense, my brother, he was also my friend. They killed him before the cancer took him away. And Maya, sister-in-law, she's 7 months pregnant, and in 2 months she's due to give birth. If it's a son, then that's very unfortunate. Oh. Let's snap out of it. Have father's spear. And what you can. Remember, you're the devotee of Virabhadra. An extremely fierce and fearsome aspect of Shiva, who embodies rage and righteous anger. May Shiva grant me victory in this bloody war that's now cost me my brother. 20 months it's been. And now we're about to enter into hostile territory, which we must fight in. And we'll be fighting them again. Oh, and I do not forget. I haven't forgotten about you. If this war somehow still continues on into 833, I will challenge him to another duel. Apparently back on April 10th, his brother Periyapillai and Uriel, the Jew, the Jewish man here, threw a surprise party for him. Even though it was 2 days later, but oh, I miss my brother. He threw a party for me. He took this time away fighting from the front lines to throw me a surprise party. Even though I was in the army, so he threw me a surprise party at my tent. What would think? Who's not in the council? These two. You'll have yours back. And of course, the chatter. Get to have it too. I know you're angry with me. There's a bit of that domain limit. Start training commanders. Men need to fight more effectively. This isn't over. And because of his death, I've gained quite a bit of stress. Quite a bit of stress. And since you have all this money, you might as well look for a physician. No mystics. My brother nearly died because of that mystic. And we need some more good, able-bodied fighting men, because we fear the next battle we might lose a few. We don't know who's going to be around, but I know that they'll be bringing 7 of theirs, including my rival, the one who took my wife. If Vengipura is going to be the place where I will finally defeat this foe, then so be it. We'll be there in 8 days. We're going to cross that river. We're not turning back. Keep looking for secrets, little brother, Vikramâtittâ. If you can find out who killed my brother, I'll reward you. Since I have all this wealth, I will most definitely do so. Where's our allied army? Oh, and don't forget. Well, that can't be good. Holy Warrior and, no, they're actually astray, so that won't affect it in any way, shape, or form. No, no difference. Meanwhile, seven of theirs. We got an unyielding defender, and I'm an organizer. If we get defeated in battle, we'll take less retreat losses. Because there's going to be enemy reinforcements on the way. This is my second wife. Still haven't known of her because at least I knew when I have multiple spouses. Especially someone who is, loyal to me. And just for that, since she is not here, I'll make you my primary spouse. She's going to hate me for this, but she's already spurned. Only because I need your help. You do have good diplomacy and martial, which can help me to have some advantages. I have no available spouse. But since you are here, maybe every little advantage can help. No, not her. She's still here, the ugly woman? Fine. Kankani is quite experienced. She's willing to spend big money for this, knowing there's going to be a lot of wounded men here. As the battle rages on, I find myself in the midst of a small pocket of close quarters combat. With the help of my men, we smashed the opposition with ease, but the focus of the attention was on me, who managed to put on a particularly impressive display whilst fighting the unrelenting enemies. As I take a second to catch my breath after the attack, I noticed some of my soldiers watching on with admiration for my impressive fighting display. Are you not entertained? I guess the enemy forces will not be coming here. Kadeyaraja, my rival's at it again. Traveler claiming to be the employee of a beneficiaries brought before me, carrying a message from the adventure. Fear not, my good lord, for she is a good health. I bring you news possibly to find an even greater adventure. You see, she took a wrong turn somewhere and is now in, where? Trying to confound Farrell's dirty map showing me right now. She has enough funds to make it to Deccan, India. As planned, let's suggest to bring additional financial ships to a local rumor to bring home a great artifact. That's over in the lands of Pagan, Burma, Myanmar, as you people, some of you know it today. Yes. Explored there. Life's an adventure. We captured the son of... he's not the heir, no. Just another one of his sons. I suppose he'll pay good for a ransom. Ooh, plenty. What? I already have this great wealth. No, do take it. You're about to get mercenaries. The elephants. Did you actually defeat the raiders, or they just no longer become hostile? I tell you what. Let us meet in Kanchi. Withdrawal to Kanchi. Once we assemble there, we will get the elephants. Finally. And plus some new fighting men as well. Come over here. Craven. Great. At least that means you'll be less likely to get killed. The Tamil culture has embraced this tradition. Tamilje. The poet trait is more common. Characters of this culture perform better when appointed to the court position. Characters of this culture perform better when appointed to the court musician position. Children tend to do better in the diplomacy education. The Tamil language holds a special place within the heart of the Tamil people. The Tamil take great pride in their literature and poetry, which goes back to the ancient Sangam period. The Tamil people, and still today, they are proud of their classical language, as we ought to. By the way, as we're withdrawing to Kanchi, what's going on over here? A relic of vengeance. It's between my brother and my aunt. As I wander to the court, I find myself in a heated discussion between my brother Varataya and my aunt Vanki over whether or not the skull of my prisoner Narendra would make a fitting artifact for my court. Ah, my lord, I was wanted to be given you the skull of Narendra as a gift should he meet his untimely demise. He rubs his blood-smattered hands together like with a childlike glee, or perhaps fashions teeth together to a stylish necklace. My lord, surely you do not intend me to disguise such a morbid object as a relic befitting my court. I protest. Perhaps this creature remain in the dungeons where he belongs, and leave the matter of the relics and antiquities to the experts. Greedy executioner, aren't you? Seems you love your job. Skull of the Apostate. I'm sure it adds a bit of the court grandeur, but I'll give it your wish. I guess we're collecting skulls here. It'll make a fine curiosity to unveil at feasts. Now we have the skull of the apostate from Narendra. Intrigue up per stress level. Natural dread up, and hostile skin power up as well. We'll hold court soon, when we get to Kanchi. My goodness, what is this court turning to? This is supposed to be an administrative court. We'll end this episode soon, because this is considered part 1 of this war. Couldn't find any secrets. I'll tell you what, come here. I suspect that the Pallava had something to do with the murder of my brother. My courtier, Maya, has given birth to a son. Oh, it was a son! The son of Periyapillai is born. Oh, since this little one's part of the Chola dynasty, he should be blessed with a good name. I'm sorry, nephew. If you knew what happened to your father, which we'll find out sooner or later, we'll find out who did this. I shall name you Parantaka in honor of my father. They withdrew as well. These two armies here will merge together. And then we'll bring in a few new reinforcements. And then we shall bring not more mystics. And then we'll bring in the elephants finally to go on a major offensive. But you know, you can reinforce and resupply here if you split the armies, because it's occupied by an ally, which will help. So I'm sure he's going to be heading to Mudiguna or Amaravati, whichever. We still do not hold the objective of the war. But that will soon change, because coming up in the next episode, we will hold court here for a while, and then we will continue on the war with new reinforcements, which just consists of a few levies, but also a few more of those fighters. And then we will bring in the elephants. Possibly two. Well, actually, no, not enough. Depends on how much money it will remain. And I'm sure that I will have a son, a legitimate son, rather than the one that belonged to my unfaithful wife, even though she was captured, and then she was taken over there, fell in love with this man, and then we'll find out who killed my brother. All that will be coming up in the next episode, so that'll be episode 5 is what's coming up next. And this could be the final part of this epic cycle that's basically, it's been 10 years since it started. And now it'll continue on into the early 830s, no doubt. All that and more. Until the next episode. Until then, so long for now.